friends, sit back, relax, enjoy episode 95 of the Wealth Tech Today podcast. I'm your host, Craig Iskowitz, the founder and CEO of Ezra Group Consulting. We help fintech vendors and enterprise wealth management firms make better business and technology decisions. Please check us out at EzraGroupLLC.com. This podcast features interviews, news, and analysis on the trends and best practices all around wealth management technology. Today, we're airing what our digital content team has been referring to as the Lost T3 interview. It is an interview with Brian McLaughlin that I did last February at the T3 Advisor Conference. It wasn't actually lost, but COVID hit right after the conference, so we didn't post this episode because it was all about what Brian carries in his bag when he travels. Cool stuff, going through all his gear and his gadgets, tips for travel. So we thought probably not a great time to post it last year, but now travel seems to be coming back. Americans, I see headlines, Americans itching to travel as TSA notches 18 straight days of 1 million plus passenger screenings. And that was March 30th. They're seeing strong demand for travel. I think American Airlines said they're back up to 90% bookings, although United is only up to 60%, but still that's pretty good. So we thought now might be a good time to get this episode out. It's all about, as I said, Brian going through his bag. I made him pull his bag out and pull all the stuff out of his bag and talk about it and some tips. It's interesting. It's kind of a fun interview with Brian and I kind of going back and forth on our gadgets and things we like to carry when we travel. So I think you're going to like it. A couple of housekeeping things before I forget. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss future episodes. A quick shout out to our sponsor, the Invest in Others Charitable Foundation at investinothers.org. And now let's get this party started. And this is going to be my favorite podcast of the week. I have next to me in the podcast booth, the great Brian McLaughlin, CEO of Redtail.
Did you say the great? That's
the
awesome.
Great.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
The fabulous and amazing Brian McLaughlin.
No.
So thanks for being here.
Guy.
I'm just a regular guy, just like you, all you guys.
I'm like you. We're going to have a good conversation here. I'm looking forward to
We
this.
have an awesome conversation because it's not about press releases or
about even Redtail, really.
We are doing our Geek Out. This is going to be the Geek Out podcast. And Brian and I had this conversation last year at the LPL conference. We started just talking about tech we're using and gadgets.
Yeah, it
and
kind of started like we were talking about Redtail announcements, and then next thing you know, we're geeking out on laptops and phones. And I'm like, yes, you're perfect. Because a lot of people don't realize that I am a total nerd when it comes to this.
Right. Everyone knows I am, but they don't know you are. This is the secrets of Brian McLaughlin. We're gonna delve into the secrets.
All right, let's dive in.
So you've got your Redtail bag. So
yeah,
I can see this is a custom Redtail bag.
Yeah, we got it all branded.
Right. And what do you have in the custom
Redtail
bag?
Well, let's start with the bag. So you know, a lot of people know that I travel a lot.
Yes, you do.
A lot. Like
how many days a year are you traveling?
200 plus. So I'm on the road almost every week. So I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to reduce that. I've been telling people. We'll see how that goes. My wife will be a lot happier with that. But the bags, man, I went through bags like every couple of months. And other road warriors in this industry, they get it because it's like, here's your 6-month bag. Blow right through them, tossing them. This is an e-bag. It's actually worked out great. We ended up branding them because they actually last.
Oh, nice.
So if you are a diehard road warrior, they're like $100 on ebags.com or something. And they make, this is a smaller one, but they make a bigger one too for overnight
And what's
travel.
the kind of bag so we can, we'll put all this in the show notes.
E-bag, what, Travel Pro or something like that? I forget exactly.
All right, so if you can find out, we'll get that.
Yeah, no, but solid bag, because what happened to me was when you put these over the head in bins and they're hauling it, is the handles would break, and seams would break, and then that just sucks. But yeah, we were going to talk about this because our lives on the road are in these bags, right?
That's true.
So which zipper should we open first? Okay, we'll start.
So while you're talking bags,
what do you have?
I've got a bag here. This is my Everki
That's a
bag,
cool bag.
EVRKI, and I liked it because it was tight. Right, it wasn't too big.
It fits underneath the seat.
It fits underneath the seat, and it's got the sleeve to go on top of your.
Yes.
This is cool.
Have that.
A lot of bags don't have the sleeve thing, and on video they can see this, but on the podcast you can't. But there's like the sleeve in the back that goes over your carry-on handle, so you can link them together. And it's got lots of pockets, and it's for storing stuff, because I like lots of pockets.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of pockets. This one has the same
Everki.
thing. It's still different. It screws up every valet around here. Just bump your mic here. But it has a sideways slot. because it's designed to be a briefcase as well, which it really is not a briefcase. And then you have, of course, the backpack straps.
It's like a mullet, like party in the back,
party in the back, business in the front. Totally, yeah. So, but I mean, this is the go-to bag for a year now.
Nice.
God,
I like the little pocket on the bottom.
A little pocket on the bottom is cool, but it had like this removable like storage bin. I just dumped that, and the reason why is all the crap in here that I keep using.
So you're opening you're opening up a pocket that's the bottom of
this is the very bottom
backpack.
Pocket. Yep. So this is where you normally put maybe, I don't know, toiletries,
and
cable
I see cables just piling out of this pocket.
I pull this out
of the eBags Travel Pro.
Let's just see
backpack. Tons of cables is pulling out. It looks like the bottom of my drawer in my office. Just cables and plugs and adapters. You can't be in love with any of these.
I'm in love with all of them. I have to use them all. All right.
He's got an iPhone adapter. He's got the travel adapter.
All right. Let's see what we got here. We got cloths. You got to clean your stuff.
Well, iCloth.
Yeah, iCloth. Got that. Little clean wipes or whatever. Got to have a few of those.
We always have cloths.
The most go-to in here is actually this. This is my everyday.
What kind of cable is that?
It is what is this? The iClever Smart Charge wall outlet. It's a
iClever Smart Charge.
Dual USB wall charger, but it has the higher amperage that can charge iPads. First of all, we're both Apple geeks, so everything I have, that's why I have so many cables and dongles and all that other junk. But what's nice about the Dual here, one, it's small. It fits right underneath the plane, plugs, stuff like that. I plug it into my lamp
stay in?
night. It just stays in.
Because under the plane, what airline do you fly?
Delta.
So I fly to United.
Yeah.
And I find that the Apple charger doesn't fit snugly into the charger.
Not the big block, yeah.
No, the big block doesn't.
So this one actually does, and you can reverse it. It doesn't actually have a large blade.
Right. So
if it's leaning one way or the other way, it works.
So it's the iClever, and so it's got a very small block at the end.
Very small.
I see.
Yeah.
But it has two USB plugs that can plug into it, right?
One high speed, one slow speed.
Right.
So.
Or one high amperage, low amperage.
High amperage, 2.8 and then a 1.2 or whatever it is.
Good.
And then
so we like that.
One cable each, the Lightning and the USB-C, because of course all the iPads are USB-C. This one works great on lamps too, because that's the problem. Like we plug this stuff in the hotel rooms,
to the lamps,
and you need to be able to fit that little small spot. That's why. So this is my absolute go-to to charge.
That's a good one.
Stuff every day. I have been using these forever. This is a Mophie battery pack.
It's a Mophie. It's very slim. It's like smaller than a deck of cards.
Yes, very small. Opens up. Cable's already mounted in here, which is awesome. So there's a Lightning cable and a USB cable. The USB is for charging it.
And I see it's flipping open, almost like when you're giving out business cards.
Yeah.
It has a little flip top.
A little case that pops open.
And little rubbery cables pop out. Let me feel. Ooh. But it's inside is smooth. And little cables pop out, like rubbery. You've got a USB.
Well, that's just for charging it, because it's a battery pack.
USB, and then you've got an iPhone Lightning cable, and so you can charge it. Then you can. So what's the amperage on this guy?
It's small. This is the small one. They make bigger ones.
Is it like 2,000? I can't read it.
It's probably about 2,000, maybe 1,500, somewhere around there.
So that's like enough for one iPhone charge.
You know why I use this and why I got the small one is because it fits in my suit jacket, and you can't really tell because it's not much bigger than a phone. Right. But it'll give me one full boost charge easily. And it's just.
And I like how it's got the cables built in, because I have the ones that are little look like cigarette lighters.
Yeah.
You need a separate cable.
Yeah. So you don't need any of that. So you actually can take your phone, you pull it out, and you put them like this in your pocket.
Right. So he's got his phone in the Mophie.
Charging while walking around or going somewhere. Yeah.
You can fit it in your suit jacket pocket.
Until I kill it. Yep. And fully charged.
Right. So the Mophie battery pack.
Well worth it. I've given it to a lot of my employees actually. I carry the little cigarette lighter adapter USB. This one is from iShares. You can get them at any trade show booth.
It's the iShares. We recommend the iShares cigarette lighter.
BlackRock cigarette lighter adapter. I don't use this very much because I don't rent cars very much anymore.
Who does?
Now you can get USB into cars. But before and still sometimes you need to have one of these. They're lightweight, cheap. You should just have one.
Good to keep it just in case you have a car.
Have one.
You get into like a 65 Mustang that only has a...
you might have the old little cigarette adapter. You're like, gotta plug it in. Dongles galore. You have to have these for presenting.
So those are your dongles. Those are USB-C dongles that have a VGA and HDMI.
I actually have a second one for some reason, but they're HDMI, VGA, plug into anything.
Because those are great because when you're at a client site and you want to plug into the conference room
or you present presentations at conferences, because they're a Mac user, you're basically screwed.
Yeah,
because nobody at the hotels have everything you need, so you have to carry your own stuff. These ones,
so who makes those?
These are Amazon. They don't have a name on it. It might be Amazon. But
It's the Amazon USB,
not
the
Amazon, no.
VGA USB-C adapter.
yeah, they're metal. It's kind of cool.
It's VGA HDMI USB-C.
You want both? Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
have
can get them with pass-throughs. I've had those before.
I have one, but it's got 4 plugs on it. It's got USB. It's got a regular USB,
Okay.
which is
And a
nice to
C.
have, and it's got no C. It's got a USB, and then it's got an HDMI and a VGA, and something which I've never used, but it has an Ethernet port on it.
Really? And why would we?
I don't know.
I mean, I remember the days I don't have it on me anymore because I don't need it. But I used to travel with portable routers.
So did I.
I'd
I
plug
had a
them in
4-port router
at the hotel room and
with a
or
25-foot
whatever.
cable. I
Yep.
bring to clients' offices so I could plug into their network.
I have like the world's longest USB-C cable.
Is that an Apple USB-C?
Just an
It's
Apple USB
rubbery,
cable.
the
It's like
Apple
6
kind.
feet or
That's
whatever it is. Mainly because
you know what you need to.
just
Here's
need a
what you need. I'm going to
laptop.
give you something. This little thing here. So,
oh, nice.
see, it's like a rubbery twist
a
tie,
little twist tie.
which I don't know the name of. I'll look it up on
On
Amazon. Yes,
Cool, man. Thanks.
it's a free gift for being on the podcast.
I like
Brian.
it. Yeah, you get brand these.
These
Put a little
are-
tag on
They're
it.
so small though.
I got that, and then you got these exact same things for lightning cable.
Right, so you're bringing.
normal
So you,
stuff.
in your bag, you've got extra cables for your MacBook,
cables.
and that I see on that just fell on the floor is a USB.
Headphone jack.
Is it a Lightning to
Lightning to
3.5
eighth inch.
millimeter?
Yeah, 3.5.
Right.
That's what it is.
You need one of those.
You need again cars, headphones on planes, whatever. You know, you just need to have something like this.
So you should
They're
thank
tiny.
me. I got you to clean out that.
You
bo-
did.
That
Well, now it's
that
organized. Look at this.
Is now organized in your little bottom
That cable is massive.
part of
All right,
your
so we'll dump all
backpack.
this.
Your
Backup-
e-bags.
Backup USB charger. Got to have that. You always need to have 2 on the road. This is a flash drive.
Wait, it's very small.
It's a
So it's got a
SanDisk.
tiny little. It's got USB-C on one end and USB 2.0 on the other end.
Yes, it is. So I can use it on anybody's device.
And it's so tight. It's
And
very
it's
small.
1 gig. So it's not massive, but it's not tiny either.
It's good to have a flash
You
drive
have
with
to
you.
have a solid one, especially now with 2 ports like this for the Apple users and everything. But we use it for presentations like last minute. We got to transfer something, whatever. I can jack this in. It weighs nothing.
Yeah.
Super
Because you
useful
carry
to
your bag
have.
around for your whole life. Every ounce.
Exactly. And of
every
course, I
ounce
have a
counts.
regular USB drive.
Regular USB drive. And what's that?
This is a remote control. There's one of those Logitech
Looks like a little
wireless
ping pong
remotes.
paddle.
Yeah. So
It's a remote control. It's a Logitech.
It's a mouse, but it's for presenting. Has a laser pointer.
It's a Logitech. What is it called? It's like a Logitech
oh,
what?
it's a Logitech. I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
So it's got a mouse. It's a.
Find them on Amazon for like.
But it's not a
$50.
mouse. Is there a
Well,
wheel
it's
on
a
top?
clicker for presenting, right?
Oh, it's a
So it
clicker,
has
okay.
the USB that comes out, pull
Right.
it out, and you plug it into anything.
Oh, so
There's
you
no software.
Oh, so it's a US. So you've got a USB Bluetooth connector
Yes.
that you can detach, like that you can plug it into a
Any
laptop or something.
and just start clicking. Yeah.
Right.
So I use this a lot on the road.
Well, so let me see
obviously,
if
for
there's a
presentations.
number on that. So it's just this Logitech. It's got a little LCD screen.
Well, it has a timer, so if you're presenting
Oh, it's
or
a
something,
timer.
you actually can set a timer. Like, it'll warn you and vibrate in your hand and be like, okay, it's been 30 minutes. So
And it vibrates?
that's- Yeah. So
That's
it's really
excellent.
handy.
Oh, it's here's this R800 is the model. So it's
Yeah, they're not too pricey.
what did this cost?
Oh, I want to say like $50.
And this fits in your hand really nice. This feels
It does.
good. So while you're presenting, you can.
So I do that for
Wait.
people who present. I know a lot of financial advisors don't necessarily present like that, but if you do,
Oh,
what's
look at the laser
nice-
pointer. Oh, look. See over here we
It's
have
clean.
ETS. I can laser pointer people.
Yeah, you get the green dot.
There's Blaze Portfolio right there, and there's some. Oh, this is excellent. I love this green dot. I'm going to get this because I'm at clients' offices doing presentations. And I'm saying, look at this part of the
So
screen.
there you go. Let's trade.
No.
No, you have
I'll
it.
order one.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry.
I have actually given these away too because one of the things I don't like doing on the road is using somebody else's clicker. Want to use my own. I know how it feels.
Are you a germaphobe? Is that why?
No, not at all. Not at all. But I just like to have
The
I think
tactile
the power
feel.
in my hands on this one. Yeah.
I have the power.
The last one is a tile. This one I got free from Marriott, but I've
Wait,
had a few of
tile
these.
meaning the
This
tile
is the
brand
Bluetooth tile
Right.
locator.
locator thing. So it's a little
So
square that has a that
All
you
my
can
bags
attach
have
to
one.
something.
Yep, attach it, or for me, I just throw it in the pocket.
You stick it in your bag.
and replace these about once a year. Throw it in there, track it on your phone in case I lose my bag.
Right.
It's the
Have
bag
you
of
ever
my
had to
life.
track it?
Yes.
And how
It
does the
worked
app work?
great. It worked great. I left it in an airport once, and I found it at another gate. I just left the bag at a gate.
How long did it take you to find it?
15 minutes. Yeah, it was fast. So that
I've
was a
never
really good
I never
success.
thought of that. I should
Well,
do
you get
that.
them free at a lot of places. I mean, I'd buy it, no big deal, but I had a bunch free. I just registered it, And pops up where your bag location is every couple minutes from other people seeing it on their phones, and it'll give you a geolocation.
The crowdsourcing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I want to take a break from this episode to talk about one of our sponsors. It is the Invest in Others Foundation. The Invest in Others Charitable Foundation is a nonprofit that recognizes financial advisors for their exceptional charitable work. The nomination window for their 15th annual Invest in Others Awards is currently open. If you know a financial advisor who is actively giving back, please nominate them at investinothers.org/nominate by April 2nd. That's only 2 days from now. So please do that. If this sounds like you, feel free to self-nominate. And in honor of their 15th year anniversary, the Invest in Others Foundation is increasing their award donation amounts. Finalists will receive $20,000 for their charity, and the winners in each category will receive between $50,000 and $75,000 for the nonprofit they support. I've had the honor of helping to judge some of these different categories. The categories include Catalyst, Community Service, Volunteer of the Year, and Lifetime Achievement. I think there's one more category for international, for charities that are outside the U.S. They do some amazing work. It's hard going through the nominations, looking at all the charitable work that they're doing and trying to pick one that we think is the best. Really tough. If you go onto the website, investinothers.org, you can see some of the work they're doing. Please also make a donation if you can. Your corporation most likely will double it, match it, which will be helpful. So please look them up at investinothers.org and nominate a financial advisor you know who is doing some great charitable work at investinothers.org/nominate. So I'll bring up one thing that I have, which is I'm on the phone a lot, as I'm sure you are.
Yes.
So I've gone through Bluetooth headsets like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Like again, I keep trying. I was sticking with this old Logitech in-ear, or maybe no, an old Plantronics.
Or went over the ear hook and all that.
Yeah, over the ear hook.
Yeah.
It was so old, and I just couldn't get rid of it because everything I bought was crappy.
Yeah.
And I finally got these Jabra. I'll put again. This will be in the link in the show notes.
Boom mic. The boom mic is what's.
It's got a
good.
boom mic, and it's flexible, so you can bring it down.
Nice.
And it's got red, which looks nice, and it's over the ear or on ear rather.
Yeah, on ear.
And it's got two because I was
Is it
always
noise canceling too?
No, it's not, but it's fine. I mean, I haven't had a problem with hearing anybody, and I was having a problem. I had a one ear, like a customer support. Ear thing with the boom mic.
Plantronics, yeah.
And after about a year and a half, I had problems hearing anybody. I guess it just sort of slowly died. So, and these Jabras are great. And I'll get the name of the model number on these Jabras.
Yeah, those are not that expensive either, right? I mean, it's a pretty affordable thing to get.
Amazon, it was $50, $60, no, maybe it was $70. Still,
it's going to be way cheaper than a Quiet Comfort Bose or something like that. But you said you have a over-ear for traveling, for flying.
Yeah, I have a separate. Now, that again, the best thing I ever bought was my Bose.
Yeah, the Quiet
Noise
Comforts.
Canceling, Quiet Comforts, the $300 ones.
And there's actually the headset, right? Not the in-ear
goes
plugs.
over top of your ears.
Those are like the best.
And I wear them every flight, and I plug it into my iPhone and listen to music.
Yeah.
So that's great. But these are for phone calls. I mean, I'm on these all the time. What I liked about these Jabras, and I'll get the name later, is that I'm always switching from I switch from my iPhone to my Mac sometimes, back and forth, and it's instantaneous.
Yeah,
with my other, I had a Parrot, a blue Parrot was the brand
yeah, I remember
name.
those. Yeah.
And it was good for a while, but it was always a pain switching from the phone to the laptop. I have to disable my Bluetooth on my phone to get it to recognize my MacBook.
So this obviously throws out the most important question: why not AirPods? Because that's what I have.
Because they're just too expensive.
Okay.
And
yes.
And they go in your ear, and I'm going to lose them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now I don't have the Pro ones. I actually tried them out. Somebody else.
Well, now I know what to get you for your birthday.
Yes, exactly. Give me the Pro
AirPods
ones.
Pro. In case anyone's
these are the regular AirPods.
If you want to get Brian McLaughlin a present, get him the AirPod Pros.
All my devices, because it lets you do laser engraving. We always have a red tail motto on
So
them.
you have AirPods, and you like those.
I love these things. These are by far my favorite. Now, I am, like you, all Apple. So I don't with these, I don't have to deal with a seamless transition. I plug them in, it's my phone. I switch over my laptop at one click, and just automatic.
Right.
Don't think about it. But like this is the new one that the wireless charging. Now, I don't travel with the wireless charger because it's still a little bulky.
Right.
But at home, Yeah, just plug it on the case.
Lay it on.
Lay it on the charger. Done. So you can do either way. But the battery life on this is ridiculous.
On your, those are not
I go
AirPods
for like
Pros,
a week.
but regular AirPods.
Regular AirPods.
Your battery life is a week?
About that, yeah. About a week of flying, no big deal. So I mean, you're talking 5 hour coast to coast, watch movies, whatever.
Are you making calls to them?
Yes, absolutely. I do all my calls on this. And you can do it with one ear or both ears. That's kind of nice. I even use it at home with Apple TV sometimes at night. Like, I want to watch a loud movie or something.
Right.
I pop these in with the Apple TV, syncs it all together.
You think about how far we've come, because I used to do that as well.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I bought a Sennheimer wireless
Those were great.
headphones that plugged into the TV aux jack.
Yes.
So I could hear movies. That was like super cool.
Yeah.
I could watch movies in downstairs without waking everyone in the house
And then
up.
they did the radio extender ones.
Yes.
Right. That now disconnected you. But yeah, they have been a lifesaver. Although the AirPod Pro does sound really cool with the noise canceling. Because so I do own Quiet Comforts as well. But I don't travel anymore with them because I can't seem to like lay my head and rest or anything. They're just too bulky for me. So that's why I went to the AirPods.
Do you take night flights? Do you take any red eyes?
I try not to anymore. I used to take a ton of them, but I do mostly day flights.
Because I've been taking too many red eyes. I'm taking red eye tomorrow night.
Quiet.
I bring an actual pillow. I went to Target and bought a $9 pillow.
Yeah.
So if it gets ripped or messed up, I throw it away.
You just don't care, yeah.
And I put that against the bulkhead, and it fits the big Bose headphones because it kind of molds to it.
That's a great idea.
Because I need to sleep on my side, so I need that pressure on my side of my head.
But that
sleep.
big headset's pushing, and it doesn't work for 4 or 5 hours. So okay, pillow. I'm gonna try that.
Another thing to try. I don't know how you sleep, but white noise on your iPhone. It's Spotify. I have a white noise playlist on Spotify.
So I do environmental noise, but yeah,
either way,
same idea.
So I have like 8 hours of it.
Yeah.
And so when I go on a night flight, I turn that on. So it's playing like a washing machine.
Yeah.
Right. Because when I'm at a hotel, I like turning the air on full blast. So you hear that fan going. So it blocks out the noise.
We all have to do that because you're sleeping in an unusual place for one night, 2 nights. How do we get good quality sleep is always a challenge. So you're right. White noise, great call.
In Spotify, white noise in Spotify.
It's better than falling asleep with the TV on all the time, which I seem to fall in that habit too much. I mean, your basic things, your Tide sticks.
You've opened your e-bag. Now e-bag is opening. That is a front panel you're opening, and it opens sideways like a refrigerator door.
It's because it's supposed to also be a briefcase. It's actually the one thing I hate about this case. And now
I wouldn't like that either.
Now I can zip it like this and only have the top.
You can't get to anything.
And so nothing falls out. But if I go like this when I'm carrying it,
everything
slides out.
That's why I got the Everki, because everything's from the top.
Yes, top down only. Yeah,
rather than sides.
That is literally the only frustrating thing about this bag.
But it's got a lot of zippers in it. I see. You've got all the red tail stickers and things.
So I always travel with red tail stickers to give away or whatever. We got to put one on your laptop. You have no stickers on your laptop.
I'm sticker clean.
You'll see my laptop in a second. Some business cards hardly ever use them.
When are we going to find a solution to get rid of business cards?
Well, they had it. Remember we had Bump?
Yes, we had Bump. Where'd it go?
Hey, Bump. Disappeared. Bought by somebody, probably.
Where'd it go? Did the business card
I think I told somebody
manufacturers
you want a business card? I'm like, just Google me. Like, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere online, and you'll do that. We text more, but I don't. Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting weird size
we
cards.
Have these really cool cards.
Like at this conference, these are nice. Well, this is heavy and thick.
Yeah, we did a really heavy, nice quality card.
Yeah, very thick. It's a thick card there.
And I give away like one.
It's like a millimeter thick. And I like that it's the right size and it's white on black, because I've been getting this conference. I've gotten all the weird size cards, and when I scan them. Well, here's another geek thing. I love Evernote.
Yes, I
live in Evernote.
So do I.
I have almost 5,000 notes.
Wow.
Right. So I type every client meeting into Evernote, every podcast in my notes in Evernote. My staff type stuff in Evernote for me, and I scan business cards with Evernote.
Yes.
Every business card I get, I will scan it and then
ditch the card.
And ditch the card. But I've gotten a couple square cards and weird colored cards that it won't recognize.
Really?
So it just takes a snapshot of it, but it won't. If it recognizes it as a card, it brings it into a contact form automatically.
Yeah.
Reads all their information, pulls down LinkedIn information, and then emails them your contacts.
Oh, that's awesome.
You should try that feature.
We use Dropbox.
Evernote.
So I use that as well, and they do a good job with doc processing, camera processing of that. and grabbing that data.
Dropbox is good.
Yeah, Dropbox does a pretty good job. Definitely for making PDFs on the fly, stuff like that. Evernote, you can do that though as well. I
Also,
use Evernote
if you
a
like
lot.
writing by hand, sometimes I like
Yes.
writing pen on a little notebook I have.
Yep.
And I can take pictures of that in Evernote,
And it converts it, right?
and it converts it. It does OCR.
Apple Pencil.
I just ordered it yesterday.
It's pretty cool. I'm not a big user of it.
Is
but
that
it's
the
pretty
first
cool.
generation or
This is the
second generation? So he's got an Apple
This is the
Pencil.
one that pops onto the iPad and charges on the iPad.
Yep. And I just got an iPad for Christmas.
Good, finally. Welcome to that.
Finally, but I
It's
use it
the
as
first one, right?
It's my no. It's my. I bought the original iPad.
Oh, you did? Good.
I had an iPad 1.0,
Yes.
and when I did that, I stopped my subscription to the Wall Street Journal. So I'm like, I'm only doing iPad.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. But that's long since gone.
A snack,
Wait, snack. But it's a Nature granola bar.
oats and honey.
Nature Valley.
They're the best ones.
All right.
You gotta have a snack always ready to go. Usually have 2 or 3, 4 of these. I've already eaten a few on this trip. That's cough drops in case you need them.
In case you're
'cause
in
you
a-
gotta find that when you're talking.
In case you're in a panel.
Yeah,
you're
you have to have
coughing.
those ready to go.
Guess some more. Is that a MiFi?
So MiFi, we've been doing forever. We used to be Sprint. My recommendation on this is the Verizon Jetpack.
It's
It's
yeah.
an older one. This one's a little older. They have a newer
Right.
version. But that's the Verizon 4G LTE Jetpack. Turn it on. You have your Wi-Fi network. The trick, though, for me was get a different network than your cell phone.
Yes. Yes.
That's a big deal. People don't usually do.
Are you
Just- I'm
AT&T?
AT&T.
Ah, yes.
And when AT&T doesn't work, Verizon does, and vice versa.
Yeah, smart.
And that's how I get around that. So I always carry this. I find I use this less and less, though.
Yeah,
because
because
the
Wi-Fi's
ubiquity
getting
of
better.
Wi-Fi is just so good now. So I don't use it nearly as much.
And AT&T's gotten better because I switched
Sorta.
to AT&T in 2007.
It's hit and miss.
No, I found it to be much better.
What else we got in here?
I'm getting great download speeds.
A
You're
couple
really digging
bucks?
in. Wait, you have $1?
Oh, I got a few dollars in here.
Some money.
You get into here.
That's
we
not
got-
really
What
geeky.
else do I have in here?
Cash is not geeky.
More red tail stickers. Have a lot of fun stickers. Backup ID, passport.
Oh, but now you have the Tide pen.
The Tide pen you have to have.
Have you used that?
Yeah,
I've
constantly.
never used it.
Yeah.
I always used to carry it with me for years, and I never used it.
Sure, you go have like Italian and have some red sauce.
And it
like,
works?
Oh crap! I
The Tide pen.
It actually does work. I grabbed this. This is probably T-Row price.
T-Row price.
If you attend a conference, you get a lot of swag. This is the swag I pick up. I pick up this. I pick up.
I get
stickers if got
chapstick.
'em.
Chapstick's my favorite swag.
Which one?
Chapsticks.
Really? Okay, we'll get you some.
I
Like the
have.
real
No,
nice
my
one, like
pockets are
little egg
full
ones, the
already.
EOS or whatever.
No, I don't like those.
Oh, you don't like
my
those?
girls do.
Why? They're too flavorful.
Just don't like the form factor.
Oh, okay. That and eyeglass cleaning cloth. Take those
Yep.
all the time. And collar stays. Now, I don't have any in the bag today, but usually in
Collar
my
stays.
suitcase I have tons of Orion collar stays from over the
I've never
years.
seen Orion collar stays.
Oh yeah, they have like little business cards. They pop out.
Really?
Yeah, I just grab like 5, throw in my suitcase, good to go. Hey, there's your chapstick.
Here's my chapstick. This is an investor focused. This is American Century
When's the last time you
Chapstick.
actually bought chapstick?
years ago.
Yeah, why would you? Yeah,
I
it's
don't need
always
it.
here
And I
now.
just used it. My American Century
Did it have a
ETFs.
flavor? Or like a-
I don't know.
Peppermint?
It's yellow. Vanilla. Oh, this is vanilla
Oh,
scented.
good stuff.
But
High quality.
Talking about collar stays, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to get undressed here a little bit, so I'm pulling my collar up. Look at this.
Okay, that's cool.
So
What is that?
This is it's called a collar shaper. So I hate it when I'm wearing a suit jacket.
Yeah.
My collar flops
I get what
down.
it is.
So you put this on like this, and you can't see at home, but with the video you can see it goes under your collar. It's a metal horseshoe shape, very thin metal, and it's got a little legs inside, and it goes under your collar to keep your collar pointy up all the time.
And so it doesn't go widespread.
No, the one side always flops down.
Yes.
Like my right side will flop
Where'd you get
down. Amazon.
Okay. I got
It was like $17.
Wow, a little pricey for a little tiny piece of metal, but valuable.
Yeah, but it's
And
called
you can wear that
collar
through TSA, no big
shaper.
deal. It doesn't,
No.
not enough metal to set it off.
It doesn't set off TSA at all.
Nice.
It's too skinny.
Yeah.
It's firm, but not too firm. But you can bend it a little bit if you have a wider collar, like a higher collar or
Yeah.
a shorter collar. You can
Or bigger
bend
neck,
little
long neck,
legs.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta get that. Okay. Next order.
If you wear a
Amazon.
tie, you don't need it. But I never wear a tie.
No one here wears ties anymore.
No one.
It's all gone.
Right.
I mean, it's rare, anyways, to see it.
Well, Tony Steech.
He always dresses up.
He's always dressed. He's got the tie.
He's
on.
always Mr. Sharp. You know, he's a sharp dressed guy.
And now the real tech, the
heavy
laptop,
equipment, the laptop,
the MacBook Pro comes
the
out.
iPad. So I rotate through these about once a year. Always kind of upgrading them. Sticker
And you got to put all
cover.
the stickers on. Hold
Yeah,
up
and
to
they're
the
random,
stickers.
because it's a bummer. I give it away and I lose all my stickers. So I have a couple.
Did you go to
favorites.
Oregon?
I did not go to Oregon, but I'm a massive football fan.
Because you got an
Most
Oregon
people know.
Ducks sticker on there.
Of course, I have 2 of them on there.
Well, I mean,
Three
of
of them,
course.
actually.
Why would you?
Three.
If you didn't go to Oregon, why would you have an Oregon Ducks sticker?
I went to Sac State, who had an okay football team, go Hornets, but when I fell in love with football, and college football in particular, the first game I ever went to was Oregon Ducks at Oregon, at Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, that
And
must
I
have been fun.
just fell in love with the sport with a bunch of guys, actually from the industry, and we went to this rainy day game. I remember they played Fresno State in the early 2000s, and I just fell in love with the sport and everything else, and I just adopted them.
Right.
I'm just like,
Right,
well,
wow.
my college doesn't have a team to really follow on TV or travel or anything like that. So I went on, and I've been 20 years a fan.
Now, the history of the Oregon sticker on your MacBook Pro.
The history of it?
No, we know.
Oh, no, you know the history. Oh, yeah,
I know the
absolutely.
history.
So I always have Oregon stuff. I mean, everybody sees on Twitter or whatever. I'm always wearing Oregon stuff. Huge football fan, though. I have a whole list of like games I want to go to. My bucket list of games.
So I have
like
my own
Notre
bucket
Dame's
list.
up this year.
Right.
I gotta go see.
Okay. In South Bend.
In South Bend.
I want to do a Big Ten because I went to Rutgers, and Rutgers just joined the Big Ten
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. So I want to do a Big Ten tour.
Nice.
Go to Michigan, go to Ohio State,
Yeah.
Michigan State, because those are great stadiums.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Penn State, 100,000 people.
Oh, but you gotta go on a whiteout, right?
Gotta go,
Gotta go,
right?
yeah.
And I hate Penn State with a passion, but I'll go.
So I'm trying to do them, and I don't care that Oregon's playing or not. I just want to experience it. So my whole family's into college sports. We love them. But yeah, go Ducks. They went to the Rose Bowl this
So
year.
which
That's
MacBook Pro
fantastic.
is that? Just the 13-inch?
So I did the 13, and now
So did I.
but now they have a 16. Like they went
That's
from 15 to 16. It seems large. I ordered one at the office for a developer. We're going to see how I like it. This one does have the touchpad, Touch ID bar, all that. I never use it. I think I'd use it to like volume and screen brightness.
I was about to say I use a volume and
I
screen
never
brightness.
use it like they advertised
And
it.
occasionally I'll hit
Or the escape key.
Occasionally, I can't find the escape key because it's.
Yeah.
I have the same thing. Well, I just got this last July. So this is the brand new 2019 that just came out in July.
Yeah.
Which I never buy, but I was in Santa Monica at the Orion conference speaking there, and I spilled a whole cup of green tea on my laptop.
Oh, jeez.
Not just a little splash,
But like the whole thing?
cup was empty. There was no liquid left in the cup when I was done with it. On my laptop, trashed it.
Oh.
So I had to run. Unfortunately, Santa Monica has an Apple store right there. So I ran over 3 blocks.
What do you have in stock?
What do you have in stock? Well, they said, well, tomorrow we're releasing, like at midnight tonight, they're releasing a new set of. I'm like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I went. I was in my hotel room at 12:01, placing the order for the laptop. I went and picked it up in the morning so I could work the next day.
It's funny with the iPhones, you always had to do that a lot more than you did this time.
Yeah.
But it was always at Orion Fuse events.
Yeah.
Was when it would hit, and we had to stay up till 12:01 to sit there and order, and everybody in the room would do it, and like we're getting my phone.
Go.
How fast can I get it? You know, and like I got mine on in 2 days I'll have it or whatever.
Yeah.
So my stickers changed. Dutch Brothers Coffee. I used to have some craft beer stickers.
And you have a Riscalize sticker,
I have a
I see.
Riscalize,
Give a
the
shout out to
Pro.
Riscalize.
I have a mobile assistant one. This is the Portland camping
All right,
one.
so what
Pine
iPad
State
is that?
biscuits. I mean, Red Tail's known for being foodies.
Sure.
And
didn't
we
know
don't
that.
do chains.
No
When we
chains.
travel the country, we don't try not to do chain restaurants. And so we have this whole list of places that are our favorite local places. Pine State in Portland, one of the best breakfasts you'll have.
All right, show me the iPad. What iPad do you have there?
So iPad Pro, but the small one.
It's
I
a
couldn't handle the
9.7
giant
inch?
one, so it's a 9.7 with a smart case with the keyboard. So you can prop it up,
Okay.
right? Face ID, all that. So no more buttons on it, which is nice. This is my go-to. I mean, I use this so much at home, whatever. I do games on it. I do work. I do whatever. It's just I have to have it. It's a must device to be charged 24/7.
Now, have you used Sidecar?
I have used Sidecar at work at my desk and done that, and it actually works pretty darn well.
I love Sidecar. That's all I use my
What do you use
iPad
it for, though? Like
for having
how-
2 screens.
Yeah, so you're using a laptop then, so you don't do an external monitor.
At home, I
At
do.
home? Oh, yeah, at home you do, okay.
At home, I have a big external monitor. But
Yeah.
when I'm in a hotel room, I need another screen. So I have a 12.9 inch iPad.
So you
that
get,
all I
it's large
use is
enough
for my screen. Yes, so it's almost exactly the same size as my MacBook Pro.
That's awesome. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty seamless.
Sidecar is glitchy every now and then. Like
It's
it'll
new.
disconnect. I'll just reconnect it. Sometimes it doesn't want to connect, or a couple of times. But for 95% of the time, it's really seamless. It works
How
great.
many Macs do you own? Just laptop?
Not as
or you
many
have
as I
a couple
used
more?
to.
Okay.
I mean, I have 3 daughters.
Well, we can't count that. We're not going to count their kids.
So,
stuff.
I used to have a whole. Well, we took over our dining room. It was very small in the house we bought, so we turned that into the study.
Okay.
And I built in the wall a like you see it in an office.
Yeah.
Like a
bookshelf, whatever.
It was like a
cadenza.
bookshelf. It was actually a kitchen counter from Home Depot, but attached it to the wall, drilled holes where you would sit for workstations, and set up 3 iMacs.
Perfect. Nice.
We'd have it, so it was like a WeWork facility in my house.
In your house.
But now all the girls have moved to laptops, so that we dismantled all that. Only my wife is working in there now. But how many? I only have
personally use one.
I personally use 2.
2. Okay.
So I have this MacBook Pro and I have an iMac 27-inch in my office at home.
I love that device. So I have 3: work, home, travel, and that's the one that I do love about why I like the Apple products is how seamless all of that is. The experience.
But if you have a laptop, isn't it meant to move? Why would you have a separate laptop? In each
I
location?
like the big screens when I'm sitting down working.
Oh, you say you have iMacs.
So I have an
Or
iMac.
MacBook.
Well, so I have the MacBook Pro 13. Which
That's
is,
your travel.
That's my travel, and hey, you're on the couch
Oh, then
or
you have
whatever.
an iMac at work.
No, iMac at home.
iMac at home.
27-inch iMac, the
Right.
5K one,
Right.
and then I have the Mac Pro at work.
And a Mac
Now, but it's
Pro.
the old one.
That's some serious hardware. The Mac Pro.
12.
That's really old.
Yeah, so it's the old black cylinder, Darth Vader looking thing. Is way cool, crazy fast. Yeah, still works too. And
Brian. You failed me for the last time, Brian McLaughlin.
That's almost like a shout out to Aaron Klein, who's at Disney World right now, right? Doing probably Star Wars stuff. That's awesome. It is the Darth Vader box though, that round.
Yeah.
But I went to go buy the new one. Like, okay,
But why
this
are
is
you buying a MacBook
2013.
Pro? Why are you buying a Mac Pro?
Because I'm a nerd. I just want to have it. I mean, why not?
Are you gaming on it?
Why not
are
buy a
Are
Tesla?
you playing Xbox Live? Are you?
No, I don't do any of that type of hardcore gaming. My gaming's Clash of Clans and that
Right.
type of stuff. You know, lightweight iPad apps. No, I wanted it just for the horsepower. It's
Are you
faster.
programming like weather patterns that you're trying to figure out the?
No, but we do a
weather-
lot of programming, so we run a lot of
Right.
stuff locally.
And you
So
still program, don't you?
daily or
Yeah.
near daily. Yeah, so I still do
You're
a lot
probably
of
the only
application development.
CEO of a firm that's actually programming
I'm
stuff.
one of the last few, I think, that are left doing
Yeah.
it. It's always been a passion of mine, digging into the code. I mean, I was doing it this morning up in the hotel room, just working on some projects. My projects, though, are less production front-end stuff and much more R&D, architecting, testing, trying out new things for innovation that I then hand off to developers and project managers
Sure.
to actually build it into something if I can prove it. So I got years of experience doing it, so I can go really fast on prototyping.
Right.
And I love it. I love the creativity of it. So like right now
That's
I'm working
awesome.
on like data feed processing, like standardizing data feeds across 50 vendors and to mash it into a really normalized format but high speed. We have to process this stuff in minutes. How do we do that? So, I originally wrote all the Redtail code
Sure.
day one. And so it's just a great avenue for me to get out my thoughts and just put them onto code and just, I geek out. So
Awesome.
this thing runs a lot of code. But we ship it
tell.
all. It's all cloud-based. It doesn't matter.
Right.
The other thing I have on here,
I see it's a little
USB-C
USB-C.
to USB.
I have those
adapter.
too. I have the exact same
You
one.
can have like 10 of these, so you lose them all.
Yeah,
They're
I
tiny.
know. I keep buying. Yeah, that's a tiny little USB-C to USB 2.0
Because all you
adapter, and it's
have-
like a half-inch long.
Yeah.
It's very tiny.
It's
yeah.
tiny.
There's no
On Amazon
dongle.
for like 2 for $5 or something.
Right. I get them on Amazon the same.
It's how we get to the other dongles. Yeah.
Right,
That's
it's a
really what
dongle-
it is. It's a dongle to a dongle.
It's a dongle enabler.
For the most, that's
Pretty it.
Well, yeah, you
said
run
it all.
into the
Don't
other
do any
stuff.
more. Let's save it for the next time.
All right, fair
We'll
enough.
do another one of these.
throw all
Brian,
this
so
stuff
happy
back
you
away.
came. We talked about this in August. We finally got to do the Tech Geek Out podcast.
And next time we should do like apps, like actually take our laptops
Right.
and go through apps
Okay.
and like how we use them.
And I'll have
Because
something
I
where
ask
you
people
can-
all the time, like, how do you use Evernote better? Or
Yeah.
how do you use this tool? Or, oh, I'm using this app. This one really works for me.
Oh,
You
we
know?
can do that
We
all
should do
day.
that. We can just screen share those.
Okay.
Just like dig through our
Yeah, we need to get the dual
productivity apps.
screen share. We'll crank up my Zoom because we can screen share and,
Yeah,
video, and we
we
can
can do that
record
remotely.
it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks
Hey.
for having me, man.
Thanks for being here. I'm glad we could work it out. Hey, it's Craig again. I love that interview. I listened to it a couple more times. It's just fun going back to when we were all young and carefree last year. And I thought it was a fun interview. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please go to our website, EzraGroupLLC.com, and sign up for our newsletter. You will receive a monthly infusion of news and insights from across the industry. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now, I'll talk to everyone again next time.